Please welcome to the stage URI Foundation and Alumni Engagement President Lil O'Rourke.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to have you here. Before I go to the official script that I've been given something to read by our wonderful Garrett Waller. So everybody listen carefully. Today, we played the longest game in URI football history. And I'm glad to report, after 7 overtimes, we beat Monmouth 48-46. Thor can now stop swearing and pacing. The team is now on 5-2 overall, 3-1 in the Colonial Athletic Conference, tied for second place. And next weekend, we head to Williamsburg, Virginia, to play top 10 ranked William and Mary in critical battle in conference play. So go Rhodey. And now to the remarks. Good evening and welcome to the 2022 Distinguished Achievement Awards. This evening is a highlight of the year as we come together to celebrate our alumni and key partners. I want to acknowledge the chair of the URI Foundation Alumni Engagement Board of Directors, Al Verrecchia, and his wife, Jerry. Former URI, yes, thank you. The 10th president of the University of Rhode Island, Dr. Robert Carruthers, is here with us this evening. And former Provost Don DeHaze and his wife, Betty Rambur. Now, you're going to hear a lot about Mark Parlange, and you're going to hear from Mark, but I want to welcome Mary Parlange. And yes, join me in welcoming Mary. Mary has had a quick impact at URI. She's an experienced writer about sciences, but she's also deeply committed to sustainability and food insecurity. And Mary has launched a series of sustainability suppers, is very involved with our free farmers market on the Quad, and is raising chickens in the backyard of the president's house. And occasionally they've been seen trying to get into class in Swan Hall. So it's just a thrill to have Mary as part of our community, and we're glad to have you here, Mary. There are many great URI colleagues here and with us tonight that the foundation is thrilled to work with to advance the university, and it's really the faculty members and administrators who really facilitate the teaching and learning that goes on at URI that's so important. And so the foundation works very hard to expand our alumni community and secure the financial support that empowers our faculty and researchers and supports our students. URI's endowment continues to grow thanks to the generosity of many and has consistently outperformed the benchmark despite global challenges. We remain well positioned to achieve our $300 million goal. Actually, we'll run past the goal. And for Big Ideas, Bold Plans, the campaign for the University of Rhode Island, and we're currently just under $243 million. Thank you. Recently, we hit another record total for URI's annual Day of Giving, bringing in more than $1.9 million. And that's thanks to the generosity from around the globe and many people in this room. So thank you very much. Gifts made during Day of Giving and throughout the year support our academic programs, athletic teams, club sports, students, and the over 2,300 scholarships that the foundation distributes each year. As you know, a major driver of URI's global reputation is our Narragansett Bay campus and the research and programs housed there. The Bay campus needs improvements. That's an understatement, Mark will tell you. The foundation is pleased to be a key partner in supporting the Vote Yes on One campaign, promoting approval of Question 1 on this year's November ballot. Passage of Question 1 will provide $100 million in bond funds for Bay campus improvements, which will create jobs and drive innovation for the state. Please vote yes on 1, and if you're not a registered voter in Rhode Island, get all your friends and family who are to vote yes on 1. I want to extend a warm welcome to our honorees and their loved ones who have made it a priority to be here. Thank you. I also want to acknowledge and thank the foundation staff who put on this amazing event every year that we know you will enjoy. So thanks, everybody. So now sit back, relax, enjoy each other's company, and the program will begin after dinner.
Welcome to the stage, Sean Edmund Rogers, Vice President, Community, Equity, and Diversity.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 16th Annual University of Rhode Island Distinguished Achievement Awards ceremony. We are very happy to be gathering again to celebrate the accomplishments of some of our most distinguished alumni and friends. These are individuals who have made significant contributions in their life's work, in their communities, and to our university. At URI, we seek to inspire our students to think big, to be passionate and compassionate, and to strive to make a real difference in the world. Indeed, it is our vision to create and sustain at URI a culture of achievement and inclusion that is fulfilling and valued and a point of pride for the university. So, it is most appropriate that tonight's awardees are not only recognized for their achievement, but also as role models for our current students who will be the Distinguished Achievement Award recipients of the future. The individuals and organizations we honor this evening have been highly successful in their work and in their lives, and have helped advance the University of Rhode Island in a multitude of ways. For your generosity of spirit and precious gifts of your time and wisdom, I thank each of you. Tonight's ceremony will begin with the presentations of our Rising Star Award and the Athletic Directors Award, followed by the Dean's Awards presented by the deans of our degree-granting colleges. Before we begin our presentations, I'd like to thank all the students who are assisting with tonight's event. Helping with the award presentations are some outstanding student and young alumni leaders. Please welcome to the stage Ariana Helger. Ariana is a marine biology major from Tiverton, Rhode Island. She serves as president of the Student Alumni Association and plans to graduate in May 2023. And joining Ariana, please welcome Grace Kiernan. Grace is a political science major from East Greenwich, Rhode Island. She serves as president of the Student Senate and will also graduate in May 2023. In the technical booth this year, we are pleased to have Lily Ferreira, who will announce the presenters and award recipients onto the stage. She is a young alumna, class of 2020. While at URI, she studied theater and is from nearby Middletown, Rhode Island. She is currently working as an administrative assistant for Castle Keep Property Management. And serving as our stage manager is Tessa Cruz. She is a fine arts major with a concentration in management and a minor in education. She plans to graduate in 2023. Ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests, please join me in thanking Ariana, Grace, Lily, and Tessa. And now we begin tonight's ceremony with the first of our 2022 Distinguished Achievement Awards, the Rising Star Award.
Now presenting the Rising Star Award. Please welcome from the Graduate School, Dean Brenton DeBoof. And Rising Star recipient, Amitesh Saha, class of 2010, PhD 2015.
All right, thank you. Amitesh Saha graduated with both a master's and a PhD degree from the URI Chemical Engineering program. He was mentored by Arjit Bose for both degrees. During his PhD studies, Amitesh published 7 journal articles, and one of them has already received 100 citations. He had a GPA of 3.8 and was the recipient of the Dean's Fellowship funded by URI Grad School. His research for both of his graduate degrees was funded by firms such as Cabot Corporation, BASF, Procter & Gamble, and Honda. During his graduate studies, Amitesh also served as a formulation development intern at Vertex Pharmaceuticals. Okay, this is going to get just a little technical, but I promise it's awesome. Since 2017, Amitesh has worked for Intel Corporation, a global company with over 120,000 employees and the world leader in microchip design and fabrication. He works at the forefront of advances in 3D integration and packaging technologies, which make it possible to build complex systems in single packages comprised of multi-technology chipsets to fulfill requirements of high-performance computing that power data centers, artificial intelligence, and personal computing. His primary focus is to manage heat dissipation efficiently and reliably in these systems and to meet fast computation requirements and extreme use conditions. Amitesh was just explaining this to me. He builds the chips for the fastest computers in the world. He has invented multiple materials, packaging, and processing technologies to enable increased thermal design power and power density in desktop server and high-performance computing products, resulting in many millions of dollars of revenue uplift for Intel. He and his team members were credited for developing the industry's first-of-a-kind, novel, and only thermal technology that has helped Intel gain a competitive advantage and enable high thermal design power products. This was unimaginable even a few years ago. For his contributions in the field of thermal technology development, Amitesh was awarded the Intel Achievement Award in 2021, the highest award an employee or a small team can achieve at Intel. Amitesh's expertise in chemistry, chemical engineering, and materials science, which he all learned at URI, give him a unique ability to have non-traditional and innovative approaches to address thermal challenges faced in the semiconductor industry. While Amitesh has achieved a huge amount already, and is getting noticed in Intel as well as in the semiconductor industry, it is clear that he is only at the beginning of a highly productive career. On behalf of the Graduate School, I am proud to present Amitesh Saha with the 2022 Rising Star Award.
Presenting the Athletic Directors Award, please welcome Athletic Director Thor Bjorn. And Athletic Director Award recipients, John Priori, class of 1987, and Sheila Priori. They are also parents of 2007, 2012, and 2020 graduates.
First off, I'd like to congratulate all of tonight's award winners, just amazing people and such a great representation of this amazing university, so congrats to all. John and Sheila Priori are two cherished friends of both the university and our athletics program. John is a retired founder, president, and CEO of Priority Payment Systems, and Sheila served as Priority's event coordinator for over a decade after retiring from a 20-year career as a nurse at Westerly Hospital. Both John and Sheila currently serve as members of the Big Ideas, Bold Plans campaign for the University of Rhode Island. While John and Sheila are here receiving this award, I would be remiss if I didn't recognize the entire Priori family, many of who are sitting over there. Ashley, class of 07, Erica, class of 12, Sydney, and Vito, class of 20. Thank you for your amazing accomplishments also in allowing us to honor your incredible parents tonight. Vito actually followed in John's footsteps as a quarterback at URI, finishing his career with in the top 10 of 16 different categories. Sydney didn't go to URI, but we still love her, and we do want to wish her well on her upcoming wedding. Among their many philanthropic endeavors at URI, John and Sheila have contributed in several major athletic facility improvements, including, most recently, the naming of the Priori Field at Meade Stadium. They also contributed to the Ryan Family Student Athlete Complex. And John and Sheila were also instrumental in assisting in the reopening of in-person classes during COVID, providing significant funding for testing research conducted by the College of Pharmacy. They also provided generously to the College of Arts and Sciences, where John sits on the advisory council, as part of their 34-year commitment to philanthropy at URI. One of their most important, impactful gifts is the creation of the Memorial Endowment in honor of their late daughter, Erica. The Erica Knowles Memorial Endowment and the Priori's additional annual support provides 2 URI students with the full cost of enrollment in the College of Arts and Sciences. This is a family I am honored to call my friends, and I am pleased to recognize John and Sheila Priori with this year's Athletic Distinguished Achievement Award.
Welcome from the Graduate School of Oceanography, Dean Paula Bontempi. And Dean's Award recipient, Catalina Martinez, class of 1997, 2000, 2002, and 2014.
People who truly listen are rare, as are those who help others find seemingly impossible paths forward. In the 25 years I have known Catalina Martinez, she is that person for so many. A Rhode Island native, she is an alumna, scientist, and a global warrior for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Early in her life, her pathway to education was fraught with barriers. She spent years chipping away at her education, one course at a time, every evening. She remains steadfast and is now a recipient of 4 University of Rhode Island degrees and a physical scientist and regional program manager at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration with nearly 20 years of tenure. An esteemed scientist and ocean explorer, her academic and professional accomplishments include exploring the RMS Titanic. Along with her scientific achievements is her unwavering commitment to ensuring that obstacles to STEM and other opportunities for BIPOC communities result in minor detours and not barriers to their goals. She has dedicated her career to addressing racism and discrimination at federal and academic institutions, working with a range of communities to develop persistence and success strategies for underrepresented scholars in STEM fields. She is an exemplary URI, Rhode Island, and federal honoree many times over. Catalina builds a true sense of community in all aspects of her life and at every institution that she touches. Scientifically, she opened my eyes to what it means to push the boundaries of ocean exploration while ensuring her hard-won opportunities are open to all. Ms. Martinez exemplifies the word distinguished and represents our collective and ambitious goals in oceanography, in diversity, equity, and inclusion, and in helping others find a path forward. On behalf of the Graduate School of Oceanography, I am honored to present Ms. Catalina Martinez with the 2022 Dean's Distinguished Achievement Award.
Please welcome from the College of Arts and Sciences, Dean Jen Riley. And Dean's Award recipient, Colonel John Petrella Jr., class of 1968, and parent to 1997 and 2001 graduates.
Good evening. Colonel John Petrella Jr. earned a BS in accounting and was commissioned through the Army ROTC program, which is housed in the College of Arts and Sciences. John served for over 30 years in the U.S. Army and the U.S. Army Reserve. As a reservist, John made significant contributions. Of note, in 1991, he deployed to Iraq and Turkey in support of the humanitarian mission, Operation Provide Comfort. He was singularly responsible for establishing a civil military operations center, which coordinated non-government relief organizations providing relief to displaced civilians. For that work, he was awarded the Defense Meritorious Service Medal. In 1996, he again returned to active duty for Operation Joint Endeavor in Sarajevo, Bosnia. For leadership and outstanding performance of duty, he received the Defense Superior Service Medal. His commitment to URI's ROTC program has been transformative, and I've been here to see that happen, as was our former dean, Winnie Brunell. Most notably, he has served as president of the ROTC alumni chapter and led the fundraising charge for the renovations of the ROTC classroom. He also provides leadership in engaging ROTC alumni to support the program and the cadets, which helps provide every graduating cadet with a new dress uniform and provides funding for other program needs. URI is fortunate to have Colonel John Petrella as one of our alumni, as he epitomizes leadership and service to country and others. And I'm fortunate to have him as my friend and my golf partners on most days, but not all. On behalf of the College of Arts and Sciences, I'm proud to present Colonel John Petrella with the 2022 Dean's Distinguished Achievement Award.
Please welcome from the College of Business, Interim Dean Shaw K. Chen. And Dean's Award recipient, Monica J. Garnes, class of 1994.
Monica J. Garnes grew up in Columbus, Ohio, and holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration. As a member of the women's basketball team, she was 4-year starter, 2-year captain, and all-rookie team selection. Monica joined the Kroger Company in 1995. She was named Fried Food Store Division President in 2018, becoming Kroger's first Black division president. She's the recipient of numerous awards, including being named a top woman in grocery trailblazer, one of most innovative women in food and drink, and one of most influential women in Arizona business. Today, Monica is the executive chair of Kroger's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Advisory Council, and she served on the board of Phoenix Sons Charity, Greater Phoenix Leadership, and the Arizona Commerce Authority. Here at URI, Monica is the chair of the College of Business Dean's Advisory Board and is a member of the URI Women Philanthropy Circle supporting the College of Business, Women's Basketball, and the Talent Development Program. Monica is known for her passion for people and passion for result. She creates an inclusive work environment that gives people the confidence to be their best. She's a mentor, coach, teacher, and nationally recognized retail leader and a proud Rotary Ram. On behalf of the College of Business, I'm proud to present Monica J. Garnes with a 2022 Dean's Distinguished Achievement Award and to induct her into the College of Business Hall of Fame.
Please welcome from the Alan Sean Feinstein College of Education and Professional Studies, Interim Dean Danielle Dennis. And Dean's Award recipient Caroline Ritchie, class of 1972.
Caroline Ritchie earned her Bachelor of Arts degree in Secondary History Education from URI in 1972. Caroline taught history for a remarkable 34 years. 25 years of her career were in Lincoln, Rhode Island, where she also served as the chair of the history department at the high school. On 12 different occasions, Caroline and her colleagues connected their history and humanities curriculum to study abroad opportunities for high school students. This provided students with the opportunity to travel to and learn about England, Ireland, France, Italy, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. Since her retirement, Caroline has served as a docent at the RISD Museum, where she continues to provide educational opportunities to museum visitors. She serves our state on numerous committees and task forces with a focus on enhancing educational opportunities. Caroline Ritchie is the ultimate URI supporter. For more than 35 years, Caroline has given her time, talent, and treasure to her beloved university. She has focused her support on Rhody Now to ensure our current students have the financial resources they need to be successful at URI. As a teacher, Caroline recalls students who were thrilled to share their acceptance to URI and her desire to, at least in part, help them graduate without significant student loans to repay. In addition, Caroline is an avid supporter of our athletics program, particularly the women's basketball team. Somehow I knew that was going to get a cheer for you. On behalf of the Alan Sean Feinstein College of Education and Professional Studies, I am proud to present Caroline Ritchie with a 2022 Dean's Distinguished Achievement Award.
Please welcome from the College of Engineering, Dean Anthony Marchese. And Dean's Award recipient, Vittorio Ritchie, class of 1996 and 2001.
Vittorio Vic Ritchie received his Master of Science degree in Mechanical Engineering from URI in 1996. He then went on to earn his PhD in Mechanical Engineering in 2001, studying under Professor Arun Shukla. Vic is Chief Technology Officer for Naval Systems Command, Naval Surface Warfare Center, and the Naval Undersea Warfare Center headquarters, which comprise the largest of the U.S. Navy's 5 systems commands. He's been with NUIC for more than 37 years. He is an internationally recognized expert in distributed, unmanned, autonomous, and off-board systems technology. Vic has over 17 years of experience in underwater sensors and sonar systems for submarines, surface ships, and distributed network systems. He also has over 25 years of experience in program and project management. In addition to his technical skills, Vic is also well-versed and relied upon for his in-depth knowledge in the development of policy related to joint and coalition warfare and the development of international agreements. Those accomplishments alone exemplify the qualities necessary to receive a Distinguished Achievement Award. But there is a whole other side of Vic in his role as a dedicated alumnus of URI. Vic never forgot the importance of his degrees from URI and has stayed highly engaged with his alma mater. With Vic's leadership, the Naval Undersea Warfare Center, Division Newport, has supported numerous electrical and computer engineering capstone design projects and has a long partnership agreement with URI, which leads to opportunities for our students and creates a pipeline of talent for Newark. More recently, Nick has been an integral advisor during the creation of and the success of our National Institute for Undersea Vehicle Technology, which has grown to an over $25 million per year center. As a member of the Dean's Advisory Council, Vic has supported and advised both myself and my predecessor, Ray Wright, as we continue to grow our national center, which brings together the University of Connecticut, General Dynamics Electric Boat Division, the U.S. Navy, and many other Rhode Island and Connecticut industrial partners. The NIUVT is creating connections between these partners, which has increased our research funding, increased our collaboration in the defense industry, and has benefited workforce development for all. On behalf of the College of Engineering, it is my honor to present Vittorio Vic Ricci with a 2022 Distinguished Achievement Award and to induct him into the College of Engineering Hall of Fame.
Please welcome from the College of the Environment and Life Sciences, Associate Dean Becky Sartini. And Dean's Award recipient, Rear Admiral Glenn E. Whistler, Jr., class of 1972.
Good evening. Born and raised in the mountain state of West Virginia, Admiral Glenn Whistler had a calling for the ocean as well as service to our country. After graduating with a Bachelor's of Science from West Virginia University, Admiral Whistler received a commission in the United States Navy and embarked on a career in the military. While stationed at the Naval War College in Newport, Rhode Island, he was selected for what was at the time the brand new Marine Affairs program at the University of Rhode Island as part of a graduate cohort of 10 Naval War College officers and 10 civilians. After 2 years of learning all about oceanography, ocean engineering, and the law of the sea, among other things, he received a Master of Marine Affairs. With all the knowledge he acquired at URI, Admiral Whistler quickly rose through the ranks in the U.S. Navy. At sea, he commanded ships, aircraft carriers, squadrons, and amphibious forces composed of up to 15,000 assigned personnel. He gained national and international recognition for his technical and operational leadership as a pioneer in the introduction of the Navy's surface ship towed array systems. Ashore, he served on the staffs of the Chief of Naval Personnel, Chief of Naval Operations, the Secretary of the Navy, and the Supreme Allied Commander Atlantic. He was Chief of Staff to the Commander Naval Surface Force U.S. Atlantic Fleet and commanded the Surface Warfare Officers School in Newport, Rhode Island. By the time he retired after 28 years of service, Admiral Whistler had received numerous medals and awards of distinction, including an unheard of 5 Legion of Merit Awards. As a civilian, Admiral Whistler has continued an active life of leadership service in private industry with Northrop Grumman Corporation and in volunteering for 2 charitable organizations dear to his heart. This includes the Naval War College Foundation, where he served as chairman of the board, and the tall ship Oliver Hazard Perry, Rhode Island. Thank you, Admiral Whistler, for all you have done for service to our community and to the country over the course of your distinguished career. On behalf of the College of the Environment and Life Sciences, I am very honored and proud to present Admiral Glenn E. Whistler with a 2022 Dean's Distinguished Achievement Award. Thank you.
Welcome from the College of Health Sciences, Dean Gary Ligori. And Dean's Award recipient, Jeffrey Ross, class of 1975.
Jeffrey A. Ross, MD, is a podiatrist in Houston specializing in diabetic foot amputation, prevention, and limb salvage. He's an associate professor in the Division of Vascular Surgery and Endovascular Therapy at the Baylor College of Medicine. A 1975 URI grad from the College of Life Sciences, sorry, Becky. Jeff majored in zoology and then went on to earn his Doctor of Podiatric Medicine, or DPM, in 1979 from the New York College of Podiatric Medicine. Jeff then completed a fellowship in Ein Kerem, Israel, and later his Doctor of Medicine degree, or MD, from the University of Health Sciences, Antigua Medical School. Since 1985, Dr. Ross has served as the podiatric attending chief for Ben Taub Hospital and the Quentin Meese Diabetic Foot Clinic. He also served as the associate chief of foot surgery at Baylor St. Luke's Medical Center and clinical associate professor at the Baylor College of Medicine. With over 3 decades of experience in the field, Jeff has participated in over 150 lectures or presentations and has more than 130 publications in various industry journals. He presents nationally and internationally on subjects ranging from sports medicine and biomechanics to wound healing and limb preservation. Dr. Ross served as past president of the American Academy of Podiatric Sports Medicine and served as the co-chair of the Texas Governor's Advisory Council on Physical Fitness. Jeff is an avid URI Rhodey fan. In fact, he came in last week to see the home game. And leader of URI's Houston community. He has been a steady donor to URI athletics since the 80s and a supporter to the College of Health Sciences and URI student initiatives. Jeff makes time to share his expertise with various College of Health Science faculty, students, and most recently, including yesterday, was a presenter to the Pre-Health and Pre-Med Professions Advising Group. And Jeff is actively engaged now in our college's motion analysis lab. Most importantly to me, Jeff has been an active member of the College of Health Sciences Council since 2020, generously providing his time, his insight, and his passion for URI. Before I finally congratulate him, Jeff, also living in Houston for many years, is an Astros fan. Don't hold that against him. He still cheers for the Red Sox. My 8th grade daughter is an Astro fan, so they share swag all the time. So with that, it's my honor and pleasure to present Dr. Jeff Ross with the 2022 College of Health Sciences Distinguished Achievement Award.
welcome from the College of Nursing, Dean Barbara Wolf. And Dean's Award recipient, Paula Vio, class of 1969 and a parent of a 1997 graduate.
Good evening. Paula Vio, a 1969 College of Nursing graduate, began her distinguished 40-year nursing career at Rhode Island Hospital and then Rhode Island Health Department Maternal Child Health Division, where she worked with high-risk obstetrical families. She was appointed to the clinical faculty teaching position at Rhode Island College in 1975, while pursuing her master's in nursing and PhD in professional higher education administration at the University of Connecticut. During her studies, she received the Graduate Alumni Leadership Award and was inducted into Sigma Theta Tau International Honor Society and Pi Lambda Theta Education Honor Society. Returning to URI in 1991 as the coordinator of maternal child health, it solidified her passion for nursing and nursing education and provided collaborative opportunities with universities and regional nursing leaders. Paula later served as the director of the undergraduate program and was appointed associate dean in 2004, where she led curriculum advancements and accreditation standards. Paula networked with chief nursing officers from 5 Rhode Island hospitals to implement on-site RN to BS programs, resulting in over 300 College of Nursing graduates. Upon her retirement in 2008, Paula established the Paula Gagny VO Fund to provide financial support to non-tenured faculty scholar pursuits. She served on a variety of professional boards, including South County Health, Rhode Island State Nurses Association, and Delta Upsilon chapter of Sigma Theta Tau International. In 2019, I recruited Paula to volunteer as the chair of the College of Nursing's 75th anniversary steering committee. And over the course of 2 years, she provided unmatched leadership on multiple initiatives to enhance greater awareness, exposure, alumni engagement, and philanthropy to the college. Under her leadership, the committee established the 75th commemorative brand, published a history booklet, honored 75 luminaries and 20 champions of excellence, and executed a very successful anniversary celebration. Paula has been an active member of the College of Nursing, the Advisory Council since 2020, and generously provides her time, insight, and passion for URI. It is my honor and pleasure to present Paula Vio with the 2022 College of Nursing Distinguished Achievement Award.
Please welcome from the College of Pharmacy, Dean Paul Larrett. And Dean's Award recipient, Christine Collins, class of 1990.
Good evening. We would all agree, I think, that Christine Collins is well deserving of this honor based upon very traditional metrics. She's been very successful in her role as Vice President of Pharmacy Services for the Lifespan Health System, where she leads a staff of several hundred professionals with a goal of delivering superlative care to patients in need of healing. She has provided exceptional service to URI, active involvement in the College of Pharmacy Advisory Board, as well as a preceptor to our pharmacy students are but 2 examples. She's a leader in the pharmacy profession and a true asset to her alma mater. But you know, I think Christine's real value to URI is as a partner in the education of more than a generation of pharmacy students. She and her staff collaborate extensively with our faculty to educate our emerging student professionals. This philosophy of collaboration and professionalism comes from the top. It comes from Christine. This is what her real legacy is, I think. She's kind, she's caring, she's a talented and accomplished alum, totally dedicated to the patients that we all serve. For this and for all of her achievements, I'm pleased to present Christine Collins with the Distinguished Achievement Award from the College of Pharmacy. Christine, thank you for making a difference.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage President of the Student Alumni Association, Ariana Helger.
I am extremely excited and honored to be a part of the 16th Annual Distinguished Achievement Awards as the President of the Student Alumni Association. I am so thankful for the amazing experiences and the people I have worked with from SIA and the URI Foundation and Alumni Engagement. My sincere congratulations to tonight's honorees. Thank you for your dedication to URI. I plan to graduate in May and start a new and exciting chapter of my life, and I thank my URI friends and family for helping me along the way. Aside from my involvement in SIA, I had the opportunity to join other fun and exciting organizations, including the Marine Science Society and scuba diving. As a marine biology major, I have had the opportunities to learn in classes, laboratories, and through hands-on research. In addition to aquaculture and environmental classes, my professors have connected me to the Chief of Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management to give me an opportunity to join the Shellfish Advisory Panel of Rhode Island Fisheries. Being introduced to industry leaders, including URI alumni, provides me with a competitive advantage as I start my career. As a member of a fifth-generation local seafood business, I place high priority on protecting the ocean and supporting the blue economy. If you are a Rhode Island resident, I encourage you to vote yes on 1 to provide funding for improvements to URI's Bay Campus, home of Graduate School of Oceanography. I will stay connected as an alumna and am committed to helping future students like me. Please turn your attention to this short video highlighting URI's Bay Campus, President Parlange's impact, and our outstanding alumni who support this university I am so proud to call home.
Gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage President of the Student Senate, Grace Kiernan.
I'm a little taller than Ariana. Good evening, everyone. I am honored to be here with you tonight at the University of Rhode Island's 16th Annual Distinguished Achievement Awards. On behalf of the entire student body, I congratulate all of tonight's recipients. To begin with the second part of the program, I would like to share some thoughts about URI's president, Dr. Mark Parlange, or who we students call Mark. He is a great leader and the perfect perfect fit for URI. His devotion to the university, and especially the students, is unique. He always makes time to listen to us, and he genuinely wants us to succeed. He is the definition of what it means to be a Rhody Ram, and he clearly bleeds Caney Blue. It is my honor to work closely with him as Student Senate President, and I will remember him and his positive impact long after I leave URI. It is my great privilege to introduce Dr. Mark B. Parlange, President of the University of Rhode Island.
Well, it's great to see you all this evening. Thank you, Ariana and Grace, and welcome everybody. I really want to start by congratulating our Rising Star, our athletic directors, and Dean's Award recipients. You have all magnificent and impressive achievements, and you make me so proud to be here at the University of Rhode Island. So I have to say, this past year I've had the pleasure of meeting so many talented members of our community, from budding young beekeepers to dedicated student athletes, and from inspiring alumni to remarkable researchers, faculty, staff, and all our students. So tonight, as we honor some of the university's most accomplished alums and friends, I'm reminded again why this job, being president of the University of Rhode Island, is the best job in the world. And from this exceptional community, each of you have been selected for your incredible contributions to your profession, the university, and the greater good. I've always believed that a university environment provides the greatest possible potential for driving positive change in the world, and you certainly represent the very best of what we aim to instill in all our students. Skilled leaders who serve from a place of compassion and generosity, and whose intellect, creativity, and integrity make you outstanding citizens of the world. So this evening, we really celebrate your achievements, community service, and leadership, and we proudly acknowledge all that you've done for the university and the community, and look forward to what we will achieve together to advance our mission and achieve our shared goals. Now, it is my privilege to introduce to you tonight the Distinguished Achievement Award winners who have been selected by the Office of the President for the highest level of accomplishment on behalf of the university. So let me begin by introducing our corporate award. This year's honoree is Shimadzu Analytical and Measuring Division of North America. Established in 1975, the company is now a leader in the development of advanced technologies, providing analytical and testing instrumentation to laboratories throughout the North, Central, and South America. They offer a full line of instrumentation for a broad range of applications in science and industry. In addition to regional offices across the United States, Shimadzu operates an innovation center that houses a team of scientists who collaborate with government, agencies, industry centers, and fantastic universities like URI. So for a closer look at Shimadzu and its partnership with URI, I want you to look at the following video.
Shimadzu has worked with us not just to get this high-end equipment up and running, but they're on site very often. It's been very important for us to have access to not just the technique, but also the know-how.
Now students have access to over $10 million of state-of-the-art equipment that they are going to learn skills on. They're going to be trained by our technical specialists at Shimadzu. And this skill set is a real advantage for the students.
The students get to work with modern instrumentation, which means that the students are going out into the real world knowing how modern instrumentation is set up.
We do a lot of research with environmental microplastics, and you want to make sure that the water you're in and the water you're eating the fish come from and all those things, they don't contain anything that could be harmful for you.
One of the big advantages Shimadzu has over a lot of other instrumentation vendors is they have a really broad range of instrumentation. Many of the faculty in the chemistry department work with people in other colleges.
Working with the Shimadzu people is great. They're very helpful, they're friendly. I would say that Shimadzu and URI, they have more than a business relationship, they have a friendship.
The relationship really starts after the installation, and that's where we want to grow our relationship with the University of Rhode Island. Working closely side by side with professors and students, ensuring that they're trained 100% to use the equipment the best they can, and just making them feel comfortable in their research work and in their undergraduate studies.
Our students go out with the expertise that employers love to see. So it's a win-win for both the company and for the university, and especially for the students.
Ladies and gentlemen, accepting on behalf of Shimadzu, please welcome Yoshiaki Maeda, President.
In celebration of the company and its continued support of the University of Rhode Island, I'm pleased to present the 2022 President's Corporate Award to Shimadzu Scientific Instruments and its president, Yoshiaki Maeda.
Good evening. My name is Yoshiaki Maeda. I'm a president of Shimadzu Scientific Instruments in US. So our headquarters, Shimadzu Corporation Japan, established in Kyoto, Japan in 1875. And since our establishment, we always have a mind that contribute to society through science and technology as a corporate philosophy. On the other hand, so URI was established in here in 1892, and URI contribute to society through universities education and basic research and development. And then URI and Shimadzu Corporation Japan have something almost the same period of history since each establishment. And then, so I think Shimadzu has something strong relationship with URI because of it. Anyway, we are honored to receive a great prestigious award in here. And finally, I'd like to express my deepest appreciation to have this wonderful and great opportunity in here. That's all. Thank you.
Now I'm pleased to present our individual awards, and our first honoree tonight is Michael Anders. Michael received his BA in Political Science and Communication Studies from URI in 1995, as well as a certificate in International Economics from Columbia. He has led a successful career in financial investments with roles at Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, Franklin Templeton, Fidelity Investments, and SG in both Paris and London. He's founding partner of Iconic Capital, a global investment firm that advises and invests on behalf of some of the world's most influential families and organizations. He was also a founder of Giving Capital, a turnkey charitable products developer for large financial service firms, where he helps structure the charitable giving of their high net worth clients. Michael is a member of the Council on Foreign Relations and serves on the boards of several organizations. This short video will give you a better understanding of Michael's innovation and leadership in financial investments.
Mike Anders embodies distinguished achievement, whether in the world of finance or philanthropy or surfing. Mike stands tall and stands out for his leadership,
Mike, as an individual, has got a variety of interests. You know, he's into surfing, just very interested in the environment, and he's been mentoring of a lot of different types of people. He's very interested in things that can help impact the world in a better way.
He honed his leadership skills as an intern in my congressional office and as president of his class at URI. And now, as a distinguished alum, he is paying it forward.
There's so many people who are currently at URI or want to be at URI or graduate from URI can look to Mike as an example or a role model for what's possible, what's achievable. And Mike's a good example of that. He's been very successful in business. He's been charitable and philanthropic. He's a good example of someone who's made it, but still hasn't forgot where he came from.
Mike may be a native Californian, but he is certainly a Rhode Island success story, and the University of Rhode Island helped launch that success.
Just a reflection of your accomplishment today, but more importantly, your potential in the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 2022 President's Award recipient, Michael Anders, class of 1995.
So I'm very pleased to present Michael Thomas Anders with a 2022 President's Distinguished Achievement Award.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to all the winners tonight. It's really an honor to be here. URI was a really transformative place for me. I did not have a sort of straight line as a childhood and got to URI with a sort of a little bit lost and directionless and a few setbacks. And I just, to think that, you know, over 4 years could have really turned my grades around and become president of the Student Senate and the Student Alumni Association and been captain of the debate team. I think not many people in middle school or high school would have ever believed that was possible. I want to quickly just thank Dr. Crothers, who's in the audience. It means a lot to see him after 30 years. We both started at URI the same year. And Dr. Crothers was really instrumental, I think, in helping me think about the power of collaboration, the power of networks, and I watched him and learned a lot from him as he really navigated some of the state political issues, but also watched him build trust and relationships with all sides and facets of the university. And when I think about where Iconic is today, it is really about collaboration and partnering with people where 1 + 1 can equal something more than 2. And then I've had the wonderful fortune of meeting Mark and Mary, and I see that they're equally focused on collaboration and building partnerships. And I think URI's future is just incredibly bright. And last but not least at all, I want to dedicate this award to my parents who are here. They've been lifelong academics, and I think they would be the first to be surprised at me getting this really distinguished honor, but they've been a North Star for me and have always placed an enormous value in education, in humility, and in building real relationships. So thank you guys for being here.
Our next honorees are Diane and Kent Fannin. Diane Chase Fannin earned a BA in English and Education from URI in 1974, which helped her land a job as a first-grade teacher. Later, she leaned on her English degree to launch a decades-long career in advertising, beginning in New York and retiring as a principal of the Richards Group in Dallas. She worked with many well-known national brands, and her leadership earned her recognition as one of the top 25 women in business in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Diane is dedicated to URI, serving on the URI Foundation and Alumni Engagement Board, and on the URI College of Business Dean's Advisory Council, as well as participating in its mentor program. Like Diane's, Kent Fannin's career also spans multiple industries. He began at American Airlines, worked in broadcasting and retail, and then moved to healthcare, where he held executive positions at several companies. Kent received a BS in accounting from URI in 1974, followed by an MBA from the University of Chicago. He has chaired the URI College of Business Deans Advisory Council and is the URI Foundation and Alumni Engagement Board member. This video gives us a closer look at the Fannons' leadership, distinguished careers, and passion for URI.
The Fannons are URI through and through and give back to the university in so many ways.
There aren't a lot of people who will take time out of their busy schedules, regardless of where they're located, and really contribute a lot of time, effort, and energy, as well as their own reputation. And they've done it. And when I look at Diane and Kent, not only do they give support to the university financially, but they put their time in. And time is so important, especially when you're dealing with faculty and students.
They mentor students and help with career advice. Diane and Kent have supported scholarships and the annual Career Day for the College of Business, which is such a great engagement opportunity for alumni and students to interact and create connections.
Having alumni donors such as the Fannons contribute to myself as well as other students around campus is really inspiring. Seeing that donation really puts a smile on my face because it encourages me to move further into my academics as well as my future, and hopefully one day be able to provide that money back to students like myself.
I look at them as being outstanding people who deserve this award.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 2022 President's Award recipients, Diane and Kent Fannon, both from the class of 1974.
So I'm very pleased to present Diane and Kent Fannon with the 2022 President's Distinguished Achievement Award.
I didn't trip on my dress. I'm so excited. I came to URI as a first-generation honor student from Barrington High. In my sophomore year, I had an overall cum of 1.6. Then I met Kent, and I forrowed my way out my last 2 years.
And I came to URI from a New York suburb and actually had been accepted as a transfer student to Notre Dame. Which absolutely thrilled my Catholic family. I told my parents I was staying at URI because I fell in love with the accounting program.
So while I thank Kent all the time for rekindling my love of learning, there is a whole table full of guests out there who we want to thank for rekindling our love of URI.
Some have been mentioned already, but first Tom and Michaela Mooney. Michaela first met us in 2003 in Dallas, and let's just say she did her job around fundraising. Let's also say hi and thank you to Mark Higgins and his wife Annie. Mark was the longtime dean of the College of Business, became a close personal friend and occasional golf buddy. Also want to thank Dean Maling Ibrahimpour, who is here, who also was very instrumental, and we welcome his friendship and his support over the years.
And Lynn McKinney and Ron Margolin are here. Lynn was the retired dean of my college and did an extraordinary job of convincing me that the education track at URI needed an international endowment. He's good at what he does. And Bob Carruthers and Jane Richmond. Bob led this university through many years of changes and absolutely transformed the reputation of this school.
We'd also like to thank Don DeHaze, the now retired provost emeritus, and his wife Betty Ramber, the Ruthier Endowed Chair in the College of Nursing, for the many evenings of long conversations about academia, politics from Texas, healthcare, and Ted Lasso. And while he's at another table, again, I'd like to thank Dean Ibrahimpour for everything he has done for the College of Business.
And of course, Lil O'Rourke, whose unparalleled leadership of the foundation just inspires us every day. Sarah Lobdell, who so beautifully has continued the connection that Michaela started those many years ago. And finally, Mark and Mary, an extraordinary partnership that we love to watch and can't wait to see the full potential that you bring to this university. So thank you.
Thanks, everyone, and go
Go
Rhodey.
Rhodey.
Now I'm pleased to introduce Charlotte Metcalf. Charlotte and her late husband, Michael Metcalf, a publisher at the Providence Journal, were instrumental in the success of URI's Metcalf Institute. Now housed within the College of Environment and Life Sciences, the Metcalf Institute was named in Michael's memory and fosters informed, inclusive public conversations about environmental issues by conducting science training for journalists and communication training for scientists. The Metcalfs were devoted to community involvement, both serving on boards of educational and healthcare organizations in Rhode Island, including our own Graduate School of Oceanography. Since Michael's passing, Charlotte has continued their legacy of community involvement, supporting conservation efforts through her Teleka Foundation. Their Metcalf Memorial Fund Scholarship, open to all Rhode Island college students, provides grants for personal growth opportunities, including travel, internships, and public service programs. And they've been overwhelmingly awarded to URI students. Now let's hear more about Charlotte's ongoing connection to URI in this short video.
Metcalf Institute is a program at URI that works to advance informed and inclusive conversations about environmental challenges and their solutions. Charlotte is a very committed environmentalist, and she understands, because of her own family's background in journalism, just how important it is to connect journalists and scientists and public audiences together. So when Metcalf Institute began, our primary focus was science training for journalists from all over the world. And we introduced journalists and scientists to learn more about each other's work and each other's cultures.
And I like to look at it as what I call a multiplier effect, because we train scientists to communicate with journalists and journalists about the science of the environment. And that, when that journalist writes an article that is read or listened to by thousands of people, you think of the value of that investment. You've made a tremendous difference in people's understanding of climate change and environmental issues in general.
And all of these connections are ways that URI's reputation is expanding, URI's profile is expanding, and also we're being enriched at URI by the many people who participate in Metcalf Institute programs.
I think Charlotte is immensely important because she helps us to keep recentering ourselves and doing those things that are important. We live in a very diverse and unique nation and in a very interesting world. And the ability to communicate effectively is perhaps the single most important thing that we can do, especially in science.
I've always been impressed when I hear that think big we do, because I like to see an organization that's ambitious and trying to make a difference. And that's what Charlotte has done. She's made a difference, and that's a pretty good legacy for anybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to accept on behalf of Charlotte Metcalf, please welcome Sunshine Menezes, Executive Director of the Metcalf Institute.
little adjustment. I am so honored to receive this award on behalf of my friend Charlotte Metcalf, who can't be here this evening. And so I'm just going to share her remarks. President Parlange, thank you. I am greatly honored. Over the past 30 years, I have come to appreciate many of the facets that make this a truly great university. Spending time with Dean Kirby and Sells and former President Dooley as they refined their own vision for the Metcalf Institute has been a highly rewarding experience. I've had the pleasure of watching the Institute evolve under the leadership of Dr. Sunshine Menezes, who has graciously agreed to speak for me tonight. Her scientific knowledge, high spirits, and adept management have garnered her the support of a marvelous URI team, some of whom have steered the Institute for nearly its entire existence. Since its founding at the URI Graduate School of Oceanography to further the cause of environmental journalism, Metcalf's reach has extended beyond the shores of Rhode Island. Internationally known for the unique training and learning opportunities developed by the Metcalf team, the Institute has been recognized by Dean Kirby and ultimately President Dooley as a model for training and communication that should be delivered to URI students in all disciplines. I spoke of the past 30 years because it was in 1992 that a different fund was established in memory of my husband. Along with Henry Sharp, who was then the chair of the executive committee at the Providence Journal, I wanted to create something unique to offer exceptional Rhode Island college students, wherever they might choose to attend school. We created the Michael P. Metcalf Memorial Fund at the Rhode Island Foundation to do just this. Applicants to the Rhode Island Foundation grants are invited to describe an independent experience outside of their normal credit courses that they feel will broaden their perspective and enhance their personal growth, most likely involving travel outside the United States. It has been consistently uplifting to our small advisory committee of journalists and educators to discover the talent and the passion of young people who've grown up in this little state. The Rhode Island Foundation's records show that since 1990, of the 135 grants awarded by the Michael P. Metcalf Memorial Fund, 38 have gone to URI undergraduates. A majority of those URI recipients have been recommended by Professor Cheryl Foster, who founded URI's Office of National Fellowship and Academic Opportunities, and her successor, Kathleen Marr. Their remarkable appreciation for the students with whom they have worked is further testimony to URI's contributions to their advancement. Under their guidance, numerous URI recipients of the Metcalf Award have gone on to become Fulbright Scholars, Rhodes Scholars or finalists, Truman Scholars, U.S. Department of State Gilman Scholars, and Noah Holling Scholars. Others have been recipients of prestigious awards following graduation, such as the New York Times Sidney Award and even tonight's GSO Distinguished Alumni Award. President Parlange, I am here tonight with you in spirit, especially having had the great pleasure of meeting you and Mary in June. Thank you both for making that occasion possible and for this great honor. I look forward to continuing the many relationships with the university that have come to mean so much.
So now I am pleased to introduce our Next Generation Award, which is brand new this year. With this award, we recognize individuals who early in their careers are already accomplished leaders in their professional endeavors. Our very first recipient of the President's Next Generation Award is Andrew Burnett. Andrew received his BFA in theater from URI in 2013 and afterwards graduated from the Yale School of Drama. A Tony Award-winning actor, he has appeared in numerous critically acclaimed productions, television series, and films, and has been recognized as a member of the Forbes 30 Under 30. He's best known for originating the role of Toby Darling in Matthew Lopez's The Inheritance, at the Barrymore Theater on Broadway, the Young Vic Theater, and the Noel Coward Theater in London. His film and television work includes upcoming productions of Disney's Snow White and A24's The Front Room, as well as many other productions. Now let's hear more about Andrew's outstanding accomplishments in this short video.
When Whenever I see one of our alumni accomplish a goal or wonderful things out in the world, it's a celebration for the College of Arts and Sciences, for the University of Rhode Island. To see Andrew stand up on that stage accepting a Tony Award was amazing and so well deserved.
For me, in my lifespan here, you know, one Tony Award winner is pretty good. He had always been generous in coming back, talking to students about grad school, talking to students about getting an agent, but he stepped in and he taught acting for us. And, you know, the students in his acting class, because you hear things, you know, were genuinely touched by not only his talent, but his giving nature and his eagerness to see them succeed.
I just want to say thank you for not only inspiring my fellow peers in the theater department, but also inspiring myself, because it's such a nice reminder seeing someone who started at the University of Rhode Island and being able to see where he's been going.
He's a presence here. His award speaks to his wonderful talents as an actor and what he took away from his learning experience at URI. But what I love is that he comes back and he shares that experience with us.
Somebody had said to me the other day, well, you know, are there more Burnapps around? And I said, you know, in my 37 years at URI Theater, I said, there's just one Burnapp.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 2022 President's Next Generation Award recipient, Andrew Burnapp, class of 2013.
Wow, thank you so much. I have a lot to thank the University of Rhode Island for, not only for being my first real home of sort of my people, but also, and I've never said this, for that D+ in nutrition that allowed me to graduate on time. Thank you. I stand on the shoulders of those who raised me and who gave me so much, two of which are my parents, Allison and Tim. Other two are Bonnie and Paula, who taught me and loved me. I've been thinking quite a bit about the role that art plays in our lives. And a man far wiser than I once articulated this to me and to many others, and I'll try to share it with you. I think a lot of us don't have a lot of time to think about art in our lives. We get very busy. We have a lot to do. We have to get people there on time, got to get the thing in on time, until something seismic happens. You lose a parent. You lose a child. Someone tells you they don't love you anymore. Or the inverse happens. Something incredible happens in your life. You get that thing that you never thought you'd get. Or you rise to the occasion. Or you love someone so much you think your eyes are going to pop out of your head. And that's when art no longer is a luxury. It becomes life itself. It becomes sustenance. It becomes a need. And in these ever challenging times, I think art will play a great role, and that is to connect us. In this next generation and the generations to follow, I hope we find that what connects us is far deeper than what divides us, because we will need it. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Andrew. And I just want to say it was very moving to just hear about all our winners this evening. It's also interesting. Thank you, Diane, for sharing on your nutrition class grade, and Andrew on your chemistry. It's not always necessary. Yeah, Ryan did share with us his 1.8 in pharmacy. So anyway, everybody, all is well that ends well. So I want to just say congratulations to all our 2022 Distinguished Achievement Award recipients. Lil, I also want to thank you for telling the story about the football game. This afternoon, I was annoying the athletic director, trying to understand what we were doing wrong or right. And then at some point, I had to go down the hill. Our rugby team had its last home game. We did win against Albany quite convincingly. And so, yeah. It is the sport played in heaven. Look, just a few words I'd like to say as we close tonight's ceremony. I'm really inspired by tonight's honorees, who just remind us about the innovative and entrepreneurial spirit of the URI community. And so in the 15 months since I joined here, there have been many points of pride. And so we are Rhode Island's university, we are the Ocean State, and we're actively defining the blue economy and opportunities for growth for the state and for the region. And we have right now a generational opportunity to transform the Narragansett Bay campus. So there was a pitch to all my fellow Rhode Island voters, but please indeed vote yes on one. Tell your neighbors, friends, family, so all Rhode Islanders. So we cut the ribbon at the opening of the Talent Development House and the Center for Military and Veteran Education. And yesterday we got to open I attempted to cut the ribbon at the opening of the Ranger House for that was very important. So I'll work on that. We've worked closely with the Narragansett tribe. We are on the ancestral homeland of the Narragansett tribe. We have a land acknowledgement together, and we also give scholarships to tribal members. We've had record numbers of applications for the class entering in fall 2022, and certainly broke into the top 10% of undergraduate nursing programs nationally. We're the best in New England. And as the Dean of Pharmacy reminds me, we are the best program in the universe. So, I think that's what you said, Paul. So, look, we've come so far, and it's great that Bob Carruthers is also here this evening with us. I really look forward to the next 10 years. We have a recently drafted strategic plan. This, I think, will help us as we become more agile, inclusive, and integrated as a university for the future. We are Rhode Island's university, our state's flagship research institution, and we will be a leading global research institution that drives positive social, cultural, economic, and environmental change. We will focus on people, we will create an active and engaged learning environment, and finally, we will create spaces and opportunities to better collaborate, network, learn, live, and conduct research. This work would not be possible without you, so I really want to say a warm thank you for your continued support of the university. It's your passion, it's your pride that allow URI to lead in our state and around the world. Warm congratulations, and thank you again for joining us this evening.
On behalf of the University of Rhode Island, thank you for joining us this evening for the 2022 Distinguished Achievement Awards.